Very pretty. I mean, look at that. Just the smoky eyes of dreams. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I am so excited for this video because we are talking new makeup. And we're doing the look on my face today. We have a life-changing eye product, life-changing cheek product. We got some good stuff in the video today. And I'm so excited to just jump right in and get to the video. I would love to know down below, what videos would you like to see? What products would you like me to review? Leave a comment down below. I always want to hear from you guys and see what products you want me to review. And also any video ideas that you have are always welcome. So leave a comment down below. And yeah, I just want to jump into the video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my new makeup video. New makeup, let's get into it. I'm really excited. First things first, we actually have a new brow pencil today. So we're going to gel our eyebrows first. I'm going to gel my brows up with the Rose Ink Clear Brow Gel. Just love this stuff. It's so good. Also, my hair is so greasy. I cannot wait to wash my hair after I'm done with this because we're looking rough. We are gelled, and now let's move on to the new brown pencil, and it's this one from Ilia and has a really long name. What is the full name? The In Full Micro Tip Brow Pencil, and I got the shade, one of the darkest ones, dark brown. I always tend to go with like a true dark brown color just because my hair is really, really dark. And I actually really like the consistency of this. So it has a spoolie on the end. And then this is the tip of the actual pencil. It is a very fine tip, but it isn't. There are tips that are a little bit finer, but this one is really, really nice. And the way that it like draws on is nice because it isn't super pigmented. Can you see? That was about like 1 or 2 swipes, and it does a really good job of just not overwhelming your brows, because I really, when I feather in, I don't like the color to be super dark. I like to be able to like build up, and this is a very buildable brow pencil. So I'm going to fill in my brow hairs really quick. All right, brows are filled and I feel like they look really, really nice. What I love is that right here I have a scar that, which you could see if you like go back in the video a little bit, my scar right here. I mean, you can even see kind of the start of it right here. It kind of goes from here like to the end of my brow, and that can be really tough to fill in just because it's a little bit of texture, but this fills it in really nice, but it fills it in a way where it isn't looking too intense, just that area comparable to the rest of my brow, if that makes sense. It does a really nice job. It has a nice waxy consistency, which I enjoy. I generally prefer brow pencils with a little bit of a waxy consistency because they just last that much longer. I really enjoy the way that this wears throughout the day, and the color is just perfection. And there isn't any redness to it, which is really, really nice, because sometimes when you get brow pencils for, not so much lately, but there are brands where the brow colors for brown hair tend to skew a little bit red. This does not, which is great. We're gonna move on to the next product, and I was really excited to try this out. This is from Innbeauty Project, and this is their face glaze, or is it face glow? No, face glaze, and this is kind of their original product. They actually sent me this one. I purchased their one that is the more tan version of this one, of that one. So this one is their face glaze bronze. Is it bronze or bronze? Bronze. And this is so good. I've actually tried this in a separate video where I did a full review, and it gives the most beautiful, like, luminous glow to the face without feeling glittery. It's beautiful. I'll do a swatch of both side by side, but we're going with the just face glaze, and this is beautiful. Oh, this tip is a little bit messy because I've been using it. And this is what the just face glaze looks like. It has just like the most beautiful sheen to it. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can. It's just so beautiful, but it isn't overwhelming, which is what I love about these products. So I'm going to do the bronze one next to it just so you can kind of see. So this is the bronze one right here, and I'm going to just blend this out. It also has that same really nice luminous sheen to it. It gives a really nice tan to the complexion, but it isn't overwhelming where it feels fake or silly or anything like that. You're not going to be leaving here looking like an Oompa Loompa. That ain't happening. This product is beautiful and gives the most gorgeous glow to the complexion. I'm obsessed with it. So I don't like to over apply this product. I like to go a little bit at a time. Oh, I just love it. And I know the shit color is like, oh no, was this a mistake? But then you blend it out and you realize, nope, it's just beautiful. I'm just so obsessed with it. It is just so pretty. And although it feels like a really subtle little something where you're like, but did it do something? It does, I promise. It gives just like the most beautiful sheen to your complexion, where the term glaze for this, like this is called the face glaze. The term glaze is so accurate in my opinion because I feel like it gives in person, but also a little bit on cameras picking it up. You have like this very beautiful like glaze to the complexion where it's not overwhelming and it's not doing anything too much, but it's just like a really healthy sheen. I don't know if it's picking up or if you can tell, but for me, this is so nice. And on days where I want something, but I want it to be basically nothing in the sense of like I want to be able to run out to the grocery store or whatever, but I want something, but I don't want it to look apparent on the skin. Products like this are just elite, so good. And the tan one, I grab this nonstop. And in summer, this is going to be one that I am going to be grabbing just constantly. These are really nice. And again, I don't have any, I can't remember if I mentioned this already, so I'm going to just mention it again. I don't have any pilling or any weirdness with my sunscreen or any of my base products. And normally, products like this do create some pilling for me depending on what the base is that I use because they are a more gel-based product. However, I don't have that with this, which is really interesting. I actually really enjoy these. Now we're going to do a little concealer before we move on, and I'm going to go on with the Colfie concealer, and I'm going to do just a little dot today, even though my under eyes are looking roof, you guys. Like, I don't know what is going on. But we're just going to do a little bit of concealer. I'm going to let this sit down for a second and we're going to go on with bronzer. And I'm going to go on with this bronzer I have been obsessed with. This is from Ciel. I've already reviewed this. This is beautiful. And I wear the shade tan in this. And I love to put it on the back of my hand. And then just use a brush to use it. This is just so beautiful and gives just such a nice, healthy look. But it isn't overwhelming in terms of like feeling like it's like way like too heavy or too pigmented. It's like the perfect blend and it melts so nice into the skin and it just looks so gorgeous. I'm going to take this contour brush from Patrick Ta and just take whatever's left on the back of my hand. I'm not going to add a ton more product and just pull it down the sides of my nose and blend it out. I'm just going to take a brush and blend out the concealer. Now we're moving on to a new blush that I was really excited to get my hands on, and it is the new Haus Labs blush in their new packaging and all of that. And I got the shade Fire Moon, which is a gorgeous shade. It is just the summer blush of dreams, in my opinion. However, I will say I have the old blushes. The size difference is pretty significant. So the difference here is, okay, can I get a grip? The difference here is 11 grams versus 5 grams. And I know that people were pretty upset about the size difference, and I can completely understand why. I do like the fact that these are a little bit more compact and I can throw this in my bag, whereas this one is just so, I don't want to use the word clunky, but it feels heavier and it is, well, it is heavier, but also it just feels like more cumbersome, where this kind of feels a little bit easier to kind of just throw in your bag. So that's kind of the difference between those. The shades I have in the old one, or the old packaging, I should say, are Pomelo Peach, which is the spring blush of dreams. This is my obsession. And also this one, Hibiscus Haze, which is just gorgeous. And a very little bit of these blushes go a long way because they're very pigmented. So you really barely have to kind of dip in to kind of build up the color, if at all. So we're going to apply this today, and I really like this. And I'm going to use two different brushes for this. So I'm going to dip in with this brush here. I'm also going to tap off on my hand, and then we're just going to kind of pat it on. So then I'm going to take this brush here, which is just like a duo fiber brush, and I'm going to dip in and again just take some of it off on the back of my hand, and we're going to kind of bring it a little higher up on my under eye to kind of create more of a summery, springy flush. I just love that shade. It is the perfect blush to the cheeks. It's also like perfect from like, in my opinion, from spring to fall. It's just like the perfect, beautiful shade. I don't know, I'm obsessed. And normally I don't love bringing blush across my nose. I just feel like it can look mainly like I'm sick, but I feel like with this specific shade, it is perfect for that. Anyways, I digress. It is so good. What do you guys think? I would love to know your thoughts on it down below, and I would also love to know your thoughts on the fact that the sizing has kind of changed and the packaging has also changed, because now you can see from the front and the back what the shade is, which is really nice. I don't love when I can't tell sometimes what the shade is, whether it's a see-through package or whether it's the outside. I love having that. It's a nice bonus. So then next we're moving on to the eyes. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a little bit of this bronzer and I'm going to put it in my crease and just kind of focus it on the outer edge and through the crease. Then I'm going to take this blending brush and I'm just going to go through and just kind of diffuse it out. Blended. Now we're going to move on to a new like eyeshadow type product, and this is from About Face, and this is their new dual ended like smoke stick. I think that's what it's called actually. Is it called smoke stick? Yes, Eyes Smoke Stick, and I got this in their brown shade, and I believe it's called something amazing, like, oh yeah, amazing. Close but no cigar. Great name. And it has two sides to it, and this side is their more eyeshadowy side, and this side is their more like true pencil side. Now the pencil is normally pointed, but I've been using it so it's not quite as pointed, but it does come a little bit more pointed. So what we're going to do is we're going to use both sides. I'm going to take this side first, which is the pencil side, and I'm going to apply it to my eye and just create a really smoky line by my eye. Now with this, it is important to kind of work relatively quickly just because it does kind of set down. So you don't want to wait too long. And I'm going to take a slanted brush and I'm going to just create a little bit of a wing. Nothing too crazy, but just a little flick. And then I'm also going to take this and get really close to the lash line. Now we're going to do exactly what we did on this eye on this eye. Eyeshadow on the top is done. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this bronzer and I'm going to pull it on my lower lash line before I go on with the other eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take this and pull it down on my lower lash line. I'm going to do a little swatch on the back of my hand for you so you can see the shade of this. It's really pretty. And then also, why don't I swatch this for you on the back of my hand, because it's a very nice dark brown shade, very pretty. I mean, look at that, just the smoky eyes of dreams. And I'm going to take this, dip back in, take this and just pull it on my lower lash line, but use the tippy tip of that kind of applicator that they gave me. I'm just so obsessed with that shade, but also this product. They had this green shade I almost got, but then I felt like this was going to be such a good shade for summer specifically, because this type of smoky eye look is just ideal for summer and going into kind of fall. Before we move on to mascara and kind of the new lip product, I want to set my face because I forgot to set it, and that's always just a mistake in studio lights. So I'm going to set it with the Innbeauty powder. I didn't bring my setting brush, so I have this brush here. It's more of a highlighting brush, but I can make it work. I'm just going to pick up some of that powder and just set my T-zone and under eyes. Now let's move on to mascara. Now I don't want to curl my lashes too much. I'm going to curl them slightly with this, but I'm not going to pull it up to like the base of my lashes. I'm going to pull it kind of a little bit further front because I don't want my lashes to stick up quite as high today. So we're going to curl them real quick. Now we're going to go on with the Westman Atelier mascara because I can't stop using this. And this is their I Want You mascara. It is so good. I'm obsessed with it. And we're going to do a nice top and bottom lash. I'm going to do 2 coats on the top and just a light coat on the bottom. I'm just obsessed with this eye look today, you guys. It is just giving me everything I wanted. Now we're going to move on to a lipstick that is expensive, and it's criminal how expensive it is, okay? I know. I can't believe I bought it. The Westman Atelier lipstick. $50. Bananas, but I had to get it for the plot because actually I got a couple questions on it, but also I had to do it for the plot of this video. I needed to know, is it worth it? So we're gonna go through like specs and stuff just because it's so expensive. You need to know if it's worth it. So this is the packaging. I got the shade Rue. I haven't said that yet, but I got the shade Rue, and this is the packaging. It has that same expensive or I don't know if it's expensive, but expensive feeling magnetic closure packaging. It is just gorge. Like the entire bullet is just beautiful. The bullet is a little bit thicker, and by thicker I mean wider than I thought it was going to be, but that doesn't bother me. It's great, really beautiful, very luxe looking tan packaging. Now again, I got the shade Rue. I'm going to do a swatch on the back of my hand for you guys. So this is the shade, and this is meant to be more of a matte finish lipstick. I feel like it's matte, but it's not dryingly matte at all, which is really nice. So we're gonna apply this, and then I actually prefer to wear this shade, although this looks very warm. I do kind of prefer to wear this with a lip liner, so we're gonna kind of see how it works with the eye today. And I like to kind of dab it on. However, I'm gonna do a full swipe for you guys today. This is the shade Rue. It does pull a little bit warmer in the monitor than I see in person. It's more of a neutral shade in person. I would say it's more of a 90s lip color in person. So I'm gonna actually take a picture of it so that you can see. What's nice about this is it's a thin matte formula, and I feel like that's sometimes really rare to come by. Take a picture, because sometimes matte formulas can be a little bit more on the thick side or feel heavier. This does not feel heavy at all. And when you kind of go over it with your finger and kind of smudge it out or whatever, it is a very, very lightweight feeling. I don't know how to explain it, because usually when I wear products that are matte on my lips, everything feels a lot more dry and a lot more clingy. This I don't find clings to dryness, which is great, because today my lips are super dry, and I actually yesterday I had a moment of weakness and I picked up my lips because I'm the worst. Like, what was I thinking? So my lips are kind of looking a little questionable today. You could probably see throughout the video that my lips had like patchiness of pink and red on them because I picked at them. But this is not clinging to that, as you can see, and it's really, really nice. It does dry down a little bit, but not so much where I feel like it's completely budge proof, but that's in a good way. Like the pigmentation lasts and the color lasts, but it doesn't grip onto your lips and not move. For a matte formula, it still feels comfortable to wear. I feel like this is a really nice, it has that, you know how matte formulas have sometimes a touch of like, graininess isn't the right word, but it's almost like it's not a completely smooth feeling texture when you rub your lips together. This formula has that. I feel like people will know what I'm talking about. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's not like chunky feeling. It's just feeling like it's a little bit more textured when you rub your lips together, but it doesn't like show texture on the lips at all, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't look bumpy or anything. It's actually a really beautiful formula. Between this and the Merit, in terms of longevity, the Merit one lasts longer. It does not dry out my lips. It feels really nice to wear throughout the day, but for $50, I do kind of feel like that's a little bit steep for this formula. The packaging is beautiful, and I feel like if you are a person that loves Westman Atelier, you'll probably really, really love this formula because it's beautiful. It looks beautiful on the lips. It wears really nicely throughout the day. I don't feel like it clings to my dryness and makes a patchy kind of mess on my lips. It looks beautiful, feels beautiful, all of that, but $50 is pretty steep for a lipstick, and I just don't know if I feel like, for someone who doesn't wear lipstick all the time, which is me, it's necessarily worth the money to go out and purchase it. If you do wear lipstick all the time, and you have like the reds are beautiful that they have. If you want kind of a red or something that you just is going to be a great holiday lipstick or a great everyday lipstick, I feel like this formula is like really worth it, especially if you wear lipstick. However, if you don't wear lipstick all the time, I don't necessarily know if you need this product, but it's beautiful. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my new makeup video. I would love to know down below, what is kind of your favorite product from this video? For me, it's these two. Just because this eyeshadows, like, look at that. And the longevity is crazy with this. And I just love this shade. It's just beautiful. And I also really, really like the Innbeauty Project, just glaze. It's just beautiful. And it makes your skin look so healthy. But I would love to know down below, which of these products intrigue you the most? What else do you want to see from this channel? Let me know down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.